All right, I thought it might be fun to look through an album that I just found in a box that I had taken home from my parents' basement. It is a collector's album that has some cards in it. I haven't looked through it in ages. This album was probably put together back in about 88 or 89. And let's see what we get. There it is, the collector's album. It's very exciting. Hopefully the glare isn't too bad. I have some computations here. Look at that. I don't know if this is what's in here or that is what I wanted. Probably what's in here because I see 1980 Topps Reggie, 2 of them. I wouldn't have wanted 2, but let's see what we got. Ooh, here's a nice, look at that. It's a nice autographed photo of Bob Feller on the leg, standing there with Joe DiMaggio. Well, that's kind of neat. Looks like we even got a certificate of authenticity, so we don't have to worry about anybody thinking these things are fake. All right, so there we go. This looks like the perfect angle. We've got some 1977 Topps. Don Baylor, Robin Yount, Jim Palmer, Bobby Bonds. Great stuff. 1977, my absolute favorite set. Here's, okay, there's a couple, I don't know what used to be in some of these empty slots, but we got Carlton Fisk, multiple Carlton Fisk, the best card ever, right? We all know that's true. Gaylord Perry, Cecil Cooper on the Red Sox, and more Jim Palmer. Here's a few Jim Rices, Steve Garvey. I love that All-Star banner. That's one of my most favorite things about these older cards. All right, now we're still in 77. Steve Carlton, Willie Stargell, Catfish Hunter, Dave Parker, Tony Perez. Oh, actually, Dave Parker's on the next one. We have some, these are Hostess cards, I'm guessing, or Drake's. Probably Hostess. Greg Nettles, Tom Seaver, Johnny Bench. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to do some research on it. Back, still going on 77. It looks like we're gonna get into 78 here. We've got George Brett, record breaker, Rod Carew, and some other stars. Joe Morgan, again, that NL Stars one on the 77 just kills me. One of my next favorite sets, 1978. Tony Perez, Pete Rose, Phil Niekro, Willie McCovey, Thurman Munson, George Brett, Dawson, Yastrzemski. Wow, this might be a longer video than I anticipated. Does anybody want a wrinkled Keith Hernandez? Look at that. That's pretty sad. Ron Guidry. Does anybody remember his season where he was 25-3? George Brett with a big bunch of chew in his mouth. Don Sutton, Steve Garvey, that little All-Star shield. I like that almost as much as the All-Star banner in the 1977s. A couple of Mike Schmidt, Ray from Philly. I should send them along to him. Tom Seaver, Bill Buckner. Look at these. These are gems. And Dave Winfield with the cool sideburns. All right. Some more 78s. Sorry for the glare there. We're, again, the Rod Carew. All right, these are 79s. I think these are Burger King cards, right? These are not the regular 79s. They're Burger King team issues. I think this is the angle. Sorry, I'm going to try to keep it steady. Oh yeah, I got Goose Gossage and Catfish Hunter. Regular 79, Joe Morgans, Dale Murphy, Steve Garvey. Again, these all-star banners, love them. This one cards used to be great. You're noticing a pattern. Lots of Johnny Benches. Wow. Tom Seaver, Palmer, Dave Kingman. I considered him a star. Okay. Couple of Pete Roses. I hated Pete Rose as a kid growing up. Jim Rice. Look at that. Fantastic. Robin Yount. Not his greatest card to be pictured. We roll into 1980. All right. Gary Carter, Tony Perez, Bob Horner. Remember him as 4 home runs in a game. Lance Parrish, Buddy Bell, Jim Rice. I love that Jim Rice card. That was a good one. Mike Schmidt, Dave Kingman, Robin Yount, Trey Dawson. Just non-stop Hall of Famers. Steve Garvey again, Hernandez, Parker. Dwight Evans. Yep. Dwight Evans was one of my favorite players growing up. Him and Wade Boggs. The reason I'm a Red Sox fan who grew up on Long Island with a dad who was from the Bronx. It makes no sense. Rod Carew, Joe Morgan, Nesmazi Smith, the Yaz. Okay, we're getting into 81. Oh, we got some 81 Fleer and Donruss. Okay, well done. Nice off-center cards as from the first year of those guys. Got some 81 tops. Henderson, Mike Scott, Jim Palmer, Dave Kingman, NL All-Star. He used to hit balls literally out of Shea Stadium. It was fantastic. Gary Carter, Joe Morgan. All these cards, as you can probably tell if you looked close enough, they're in what I would say very good to excellent condition. Definitely not ones that I would consider grading or anything like that. Here's some Steve Carlton. There's a Philadelphia Coca-Cola card. Here we've got, that's a Drake's. Dave Winfield, big hitters. Those are fun. I ate a lot of Drakes and Hostess growing up. 1982 Donruss, a few Ricky Hendersons. Wow, look at the cuts on those, terrible. Dale Murphy, Dave Winfield. Come on, tell me this isn't a great walk down memory lane. These are what, 82 Fleer? Yep, 82 Fleer. Old school photos. We got the Phillies' finest. Ricky Henderson breaks some records. Tom Seaver, most wins. Huey Brooks. Somehow Huey Brooks made it into this. Stars. It's fine. You know, I did... I did okay, but I think when you look back at all of these cards, like the majority of these guys that are in here are Hall of Famers. I think, you've got some that missed out, like Buddy Bell, Huey Brooks, J.R. Richard. He was unbelievable. Unfortunately, he had health issues. He had a stroke in the middle of a season once, and he was just unhittable for several years. He dominated the National League. Some Eddie Murray, Don Sutton. I love that Astros uniform. Very cool. I suspect that maybe Nolan Ryan was here and I pulled them out. I don't know. Mike Scott, he had a good few years in the mid to late 80s that made you think that maybe he had a future in the Hall of Fame. Didn't happen. Still a pretty damn good pitcher for a while though. Dave Kingman. Love him. Dale Murphy. And how is Dale Murphy not in the Hall of Fame right now? Let's talk about that. That's absurd. Joe Morgan when he went to the Giants. All right, here's some Diamond Kings. Look at that. Ricky Henderson in 83. That's a really neat card. I wonder what he was doing. Think he was setting up for a steal? Yeah, probably. Good stuff. Lots of 83 Donruss here. I don't remember actually collecting that many 1983 Donruss, but clearly my memory is off. I'm gonna take a look at these a little closer because these were never cards that we flipped, right, or scaled against the walls. So I don't know, there might be some worthwhile cards in here. Here's what the hell is that? Oh, George Brett, that's an all-star insert or something like that. Here we get into, what is this, 83 Fleer. We got the 83 Topps coming up. Really love this 83 Topps design, right? With the little insert of the profile picture with the action shots. It's the Ripken second-year card. Hernandez. Henderson. Dwayne Murphy. He was another one of my faves back in the day. I like the way that he played the outfield. Dave Winfield. Hernandez. Murphy again. You get into some 84 Donruss. Couple, I had very, very little 84 Donruss. I didn't really, oddly enough, like 1984, when I look at my cards, when you look at, I have tons of 83, I have massive amounts of 85 and 86, but 84, I don't know it's not very well represented in this collection, which is interesting because you would think that if I was, gradually doing more and more as we get into the middle of the 80s, 84 would have been loaded up. Like my Mattingly rookie collection is, actually it's non-existent. I don't think I have one. Dave Righetti, Goose Gossage, Lance Parrish, Buddy Bell, Ryan Sandberg, and finishing it off with Steve Carlton and Dwight Evans. I hope you enjoyed this binder of stars. If I find any more, I'll be sure to share them. Have a good one. See you guys.